Hello everybody, this is Chaos with Chaos Esports Productions, bringing you another Bronze to Masters League Series game. Today we're going to be looking at a PvT here on Habitation Station, and it has been a wonderful week. I hope you guys all have been enjoying your weeks. I know I have, and hopefully this homework won't give me too much more trouble. It's almost done. It's getting there. Anyway, so PvT Habitation Station. This should be a good one. Still in the Gold League, doing our thing, trying to get things done and move up in those ranks. So we will have to see whether or not we can do it. Now, this game was actually kind of an interesting game because, you know, this is kind of along those series that I played with my last game against that Zerg player. You know, kind of wanted to play a little bit more reactive, get a feel for that general play style. And basically when I say play reactive, I mean like play pretty much solely on what I scout and not necessarily on me just saying, okay, this is the build I'm doing, go. So a lot of times there are pros and cons to playing this way. Zerg tend to play this way the most just because that's the way the race is. You just keep getting larva, and then once you decide that, hey, I need to build units, you just do. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Now we're going to go for a pretty early scout. Now whenever I get into a PV random, which is what this was, it's PvT obviously, but I always do a really early scout around the base, just kind of walk around, make sure there's no proxy anything. Usually I'll wait until after I've planted the gateway down, just because that is about the time that you'll start to see things develop if they, you know, if somebody is proxying and things like that. So we're going to get a little bit of harassment here by this SCV. We're going to shoo him away. And then we're going to go ahead and get on in, and we see that he's gotten his racks after his refinery, so we know we're probably going to be seeing a really early Reaper. Feeling pretty good about this. We just wanted to go in. I actually got a chance to click on the amount that refinery had, and since most gases have, actually I think all of them have, yeah, they have 2,500. So we went in, we saw that, you know, he'd almost mined about 150 gas worth, which is a little bit odd. Usually when you see a very early gas like that, you're going to be expecting a very fast factory into a very fast wow, I can't talk today. Very fast starport. Basically, what you'll tend to see with that is either Hellion drops, Widowmine drops, and things of the like. And actually, sometimes you can see a really scary push, which is just like a handful of Marines, a tank, and a Banshee, which can be quite painful to deal with. So, going to be getting out a couple of Stalkers, getting things rolling, as well as getting our expansion down as quickly as possible. Wanted to make sure that his SCV was nowhere to be found. And yeah, wow, Reaper taking a long route. Holy cow, that is ridiculous. But anyways, gonna go then move out onto the field, do a little bit of scouting, and probably take this watchtower. And yeah, so we're just feeling pretty good at this point. We know we actually left a probe in the back of his base sitting back here just so we could kind of poke in and see, okay, what are we expecting? Is he going to be going for that really fast command center? Is he going to be going for something very cheesy? So let's see, what did I scout? I did scout the second racks, and then I also saw that he was getting up a reactor. So he's going to play a little bit more on the unit heavy up front rather than playing completely economical. And we're just going to go ahead and plant down our expansion. Got a little bit of pylon blockage. I'm going to be getting down a couple extra gateways because we want to be able to kind of stay on toe with whatever units he's got. Let's see, haven't poked in with the Stalker yet. The Stalker is just kind of bouncing back and forth between here and the watchtower just to make sure, you know, see what's going on, see what we can see. And things like that. So basically at this point we are just like, okay, so he didn't go for the play that we initially thought. He got the really early gas, but chose not to tech up really fast. So we're going to go ahead and poke out with a couple Stalkers, see if he is playing more defensive, or see if he's going to go ahead and, you know, play a little bit more greedy, knock it out units. Because obviously with him getting up his reactor a little bit earlier, he's going to not really have a whole lot of units. So we are going to get in here, get a couple shots off on this Reaper, take it down, which is quite nice. And yeah, at this point we're feeling pretty good. We went ahead and went for the Twilight Council because obviously with more Stalkers out than Zealots, we're going to be playing a little blink play. So basically at this point we're just, you know, focusing on getting our economy up, getting our Mothership Core out, getting all the defensive tools that we need to potentially deal with drops and things like that. I'm still a little bit worried about drops. I go ahead and warp in a handful of Stalkers back here just because I'm like, I don't know what he's doing. Now, one thing that I probably should have done is gotten ahead and gotten a couple of sentries earlier. That way I could have gone for really fast Hallucinated Phoenix to get in there and see what's going on. But as we can see, you know, we don't really see a whole lot coming out from him. We just now got the factory done with the reactor. You know, messed up a rally point here, and actually isn't mining properly in the main, which is kind of odd. So yeah, so we're feeling pretty good. We're just going to go ahead and play a little bit on the passive side, get up our buildings. Since our natural is kind of about halfway saturated, we're going to go ahead and get a couple extra gateways and get our upgrades going because we're like, okay, he got a really early gas. What are we doing? And then we're also going to go ahead and get our Templar Archives because Templar Archives Stormu is good. And we do see him pushing out here with a handful of Marines. So we're like, okay, going to go ahead and back off, get some units warped in, and you know, just play defensive for now. We haven't seen any like super aggression from him, you know, with only a handful of Marines like that. You know, it's like, okay, are you pushing out or are you not? So feeling pretty good. Chrono boosting the Forge as well as getting our extra gateways. And then we're also going to go ahead and throw down our robotics facility just because we want to have that drop opportunity. We do notice the scan come down, so we're like, okay, warp in some more units. And you know, at this point, you know, we've got the high ground advantage. We're feeling pretty good. I actually get a little aggressive. I go ahead and throw down some force fields, and actually, I don't trade too terribly well. Quite honestly, I'm pretty sure this army could wipe me out if he. Wait, does he not have stem? No, he doesn't have stem. So that's a nice little bonus for us. So Zealots are going to come in here, try and take down as many units as possible. He does focus down the Mothership Core. And you know, we just, like, while we don't have enough units to, like, win this engagement per se, obviously we've got defender's advantage on our side, and we can easily whip in a handful of more Zealots, and that more or less can deal with anything. And now that we've got Blink, we can be a little bit more aggressive and kind of push out. So next we're going to be focusing on getting out our Warp Prism as well as getting out a handful more Zealots because we want those Zealots rocking. And then this is, let's see, did I do? Oh, wait, wrong thing. D? No. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Photon or Psionic Storm's coming as well. Want to get those storms up because obviously he's very Marine heavy, and we haven't seen Medivacs out. You know, the classic Terran timing for Medivacs is 10 minutes, and if you don't see Medivacs that, you know, at the 12-minute mark, you got to be wondering, okay, what is he really doing? Is he taking an expansion? Is he just completely minimizing the amount of tech that he's getting? You know, why is he waiting so long? Oh, I didn't even notice the Ghost Reactor before when I played the game. So we're going to go ahead and plant down our third base because we were like, okay, we've been on 2 bases for long enough. We're got a pretty decent position out, and we see that he has not taken a third himself, so we're feeling, you know, pretty good about what's going on. So Warp Prism's done. We've got Storm is about it's getting there, getting close. I'm going to be warping in a handful of more High Templar as well as some Zealots to kind of add some more to this army. And basically what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and pull this main army. Now, I poke in here a couple times with this Zealot here, as well as one of the Zealots in my main army, just to get an idea of what's in his army. And I come up here. Let's speed it up. Come on, there he is. Okay, so yeah, Zealot's going to come in here, start to poke out, and we do notice that his army is just chilling out here. So we're like, okay, we're going to go ahead and send our Warp Prism in here, warp in a handful of units, and attack everything that's back here. Now, unfortunately for me, he didn't like fully rally everything, so he's got a lot of units already in the main that can clean up what I've got. But it's going to be good because what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and bait this army back up into the main, and by doing that, we can actually get our High Templar into position, so when he does come back, we can storm the ramp, and he's just going to get absolutely obliterated and not be able to do anything about it. So Zealots go in the front. We do have our Observer out, so we're going to be able to take out the Widow Mines that are here. Feeling pretty good about that. And yeah, so the High Templar are here. We do wait for it. Storms come down, and we get some really, really nice storms coming off. And actually, we're going to go ahead and more or less destroy this army at this point. You know, with Medevacs just now popping out. Obviously, he's starting to get gross, and Stim just now finished, so he just doesn't have what he needs to deal with this. And behind that, we're continually warping in stuff into the main. We're basically, yeah, just going to move into this, and we're feeling pretty good about it. Now, we also want to make comment that he didn't get any upgrades, so he was really, really behind in that regard as well. So we were able to kind of capitalize on everything, you know, the upgrades, the multi-pronged attack, the storm, and just, you know, get a really nice solid win. This guy was a gold player, diamond in team games, but, you know, team games don't necessarily mean a whole lot in StarCraft 2, just because so much cheese. But it is a good way of warming up. So I think overall we played this game very well. We were able to scout, get an idea of what was going on. You know, our third base is up. We would have started to saturate that. Would have focused a little less on the army had this engagement not really done what we needed to do. But overall, I'd say, yeah, went pretty well. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to leave any comments down in the comment section below. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions, concerns, or anything that you would like to talk about down there. So feel free to leave those there. If you did enjoy the video, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you've got some friends who are learning Protoss and would like to check out the reactive style that is the scouting style, feel free to share with your friends on Facebook and Twitter. Greatly appreciated. Also, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the casting. I do apologize for the mild voice issue, as I am a little bit sick. Should be recovering soon, though. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free, as I mentioned before, check out the Team Liquid post of the No Dice Gaming Invitational that I'll be casting next week. All the information will be in the description, so feel free to check that out and come check out some really awesome games. I'm going to be casting with Tempo, so if you are familiar with the When I'm Grandmaster song, he will be there as well casting with me. Should be a lot of fun. So yeah, so I think that is it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next game.